Hello and welcome to this Aspire session, Creating Your Own PDP. Today I'm going to describe the importance of taking control of your own personal development plan. We'll identify how to self-assess in the areas in which you would like to grow, and we'll focus on creating a plan of the areas you would like to see in your personal development plan with a view to finding out how to achieve those. A personal development plan gives you a snapshot of where you are now versus where you want to be, and most importantly, how you are going to get there. At PDP time, it's a great opportunity for self-reflection and to identify the opportunities you can work on that are really going to help you succeed. Personal development is about investing in yourself so that you can manage yourself effectively, regardless of what life might bring your way. It allows you to be proactive instead of waiting for the good stuff to happen, and it's about encouraging yourself to get out there and make it happen for you. You may not always achieve your goals. However, what you learn trying will be invaluable in working towards them next time. And it might sound a bit cliche, but you are the only one that is in control of your own path, and it's down to you to motivate and push yourself to achieve your goals. So before we move too far into the session, it might be a great opportunity just now to grab a pen and a piece of paper and just consider the questions that are on screen just now. Firstly, think about how much time you spend prepping for your PDP meeting with your manager, and also within that, how much time you spend reflecting beforehand on what you would like to cover. Then, thinking post-course, how much time do you spend reflecting after the discussion? And linked in with that, how often do you review your PDP throughout the year? So if you have a piece of paper and a pen, note down your reflections as to how much time and effort you've been putting into your PDP. This is just for you, and it's your choice if you want to keep this. Now, think about where you are and where you want to be, both in your personal and your professional lives. What are you honestly doing to ensure that you get there? So why is a PDP important? Well, firstly, it will help you identify your goals and it will help you work towards them. It enables you to plan how you will achieve your objectives. And you can monitor your progress and your achievements along the way. A PDP will help you identify new skills that you are developing that will support your existing or a new role. And it will also help you identify your strengths and showcase them. To become more effective, independent and confident in your approach to your role and future aspirations, and a PDP will bring a sense of fulfillment, so you're happy at work doing a job you are suited to and enjoy. Finally, a PDP will help you identify your potential and what you can be great at. So why do you need a PDP even if you're confident you can keep yourself motivated, that you have the skills you need, and you understand how to evaluate your own performance? Well, it's still good to have a plan that keeps you on track, that you can refer back to. It's easy to forget things as time goes on, and sometimes you will need to show what you have achieved over a period of time for a performance review or a job application. It's much easier to do this when you have a clear plan you can reflect back on. Now, as part of your Aspire curriculum, you may have already completed a SWOT analysis on yourself. If so, well done. But a massive part of PDPs is self-assessment. Some of us find it hard to look at ourselves and be really honest in our abilities. We can often be overly critical of ourselves, but it's fine to be proud of what we are good at. It's good to be able to recognize our own strengths and be able to use those to support others when needed. Some people find having the 4-box visual that you can see on screen just now really helpful in remembering the elements of a personal SWOT analysis. However, it's not so important. The most important thing are the 4 things we're going to talk about. So let's talk through them now. In the top left-hand corner, we focus on strengths. Think about what you're really good at, what people know you're good at, and how can you improve those skills further or utilize them to the max. At the Top right-hand corner, think about weaknesses. Perhaps not the greatest of words. However, what would you like to be able to do better? What do you need further support in? Not only to do your job better now, but also support others and grow your career further. In the bottom left-hand corner, we think about our opportunities. Think about how you can use your strengths to build on what you would like to do next. How can you use what you're good at to think about what you're going to do next in your career? And then the bottom right-hand corner are the threats. Now these aren't things that could potentially harm you. Consider what is standing in your way from achieving your goals. What is preventing you from being the best you can possibly be? Take 5 minutes just now and pause the WebEx and have a think about some of these questions. Make a note on a piece of paper and think about what are you really good at? What would you like to be better at? How can you use what you're good at? And what is preventing you from being the best you can possibly be? Spending a few minutes in the classroom to reflect on these questions isn't really enough. This should really just get you started. I wouldn't expect you can answer those questions straight away without too much thinking. So now this comes back to you. As we said, this is about taking control of yourself and your own development. So if you feel doing this will support you in creating your next PDP, then put some time aside to really think about each of the elements. Don't just do it in one go. Spend some time on it, then come back to it the next day or a few days later. Reflection and hindsight are wonderful tools. So keep your SWOT open. You can come back to it as often as you choose. When all of this is said and done, you might be really happy in your current role and have no desire to progress your career further. You might currently have the perfect work-life balance that works for you. However, it's important to remember things can change all the time, especially in retail. Just because you're happy with the balance now, it can be easy to become complacent and find yourself in a situation where you've taken your foot off the gas and now you're just coasting. It may not be long until you feel the boredom set in and you start to not care. And this is a very dangerous place to be, as everything you have worked for to get where you are now could be in jeopardy if you're still not performing. Therefore, your PDP may focus on how you can maintain your current position. Self-evaluation is critical, as it can set you on the right track with your development. Once you know which areas you would like to develop and enhance, you may have a clearer picture of where you're heading in the next year, 2 years or 5 years. Your PDP should be focused on you personally and your career, so be careful about picking actions which are just for the next couple of months or focused on KPIs. There will be times when you feel uncertain of the career path, wondering what your next move will be. By having goals, you're setting yourself direction, and you will know what you need to do to accomplish your objectives, or steer you in different directions if you need to. You have to be ready to hold yourself accountable for your objectives and set them in a clear way that are not only achievable, but will also stretch you as well. And a great question you can ask yourself is, what have I done in the last 6 months to improve myself? Your PDP is a live document that should support you throughout the year. It's not something that is only to be completed around review time or every 6 months. Your yearly PDP should follow on from the last, and each year you should see it build on the last one. Outside of review time, when did you last look or think about your own PDP? We're now going to look at the benefits of personal development. Self-evaluation will give you a clear awareness of your possible development areas, and there's 5 areas for you to consider. Firstly, self-awareness, knowing your own values, beliefs and purpose. You don't achieve your goals following other people's dreams, so self-awareness really is the first step in planning your PDP. Direction. Being self-aware will help you to be clear on what you want to achieve, and this will help you focus on not only the tasks that are worthy of your time, but also those that will help you achieve your objectives. Clarity. With clear direction, you will be able to prioritize what will give you the best results with the resources that are available to you. Improved focus and effectiveness comes with knowing and playing to your strengths. Motivation. If you are working towards your own goals, surely that's motivation enough, knowing you are taking action for yourself and seeing the benefits of doing so. Of course, you've heard the saying, where there's a will, there's a way. And if you want to achieve something, you will find the motivation and will do so. And lastly, resilience. Not everything is as easy as it seems when you sit down to plan your goals and objectives. Things happen, and one of the hardest and most important things will be how you deal with something getting in your way. Or, what do you do when you're thrown off course? Don't forget to consider this when you are setting your goals. What could potentially get in your way of achieving them, and how you're going to overcome those things. Also, focus on not giving yourself a big list. Narrow it down to 3 key actions you will take to improve yourself over the next year. 3 is a good number to start with to help you stay focused and ensure you accomplish them. You can always add more later, but if you start with a big list, it will be harder to feel like you've achieved anything until they're all completed. We're going to take a quick look at a model which will really help you balance your PDP with the right types of development. It's known as the 3 E's, or the 70-20-10 model. 70% of what people learn in order to do their jobs well, they learn through practice and experience in their roles. So these are the real-life situations, the projects, the tasks, the job enhancements, all the professional communities we associate with, knowledge champions and networks, and even those conversations we have, those challenging conversations of difficult situations, problem solving, reorganizations or restructuring, changes in responsibilities or secondments. Exposure, 20% is through other people, being exposed to conversations, having networks, knowing the right people to ask at the right time. So consider coaching, mentoring, role modeling, networking, performance reviews, self-assessments, 360-degree feedback. And lastly, 10% is through formal education or structured training courses. So think of your self-development. Think of any e-learning you do, the digital academy, workshops you attend, conferences, seminars, any team events, further education or professional qualifications. So we're now going to look at making your goals achievable. So SMART is a well-established tool that you can use to plan and achieve your goals. When you use SMART, you can create clear, attainable and meaningful goals and develop the motivation, action plan and support needed to achieve them. To make sure your goals are clear and reachable, each one should be specific. Think about the what, the who, the why, the where, the which. They should also be measurable. How will you assess your progress, stay focused, meet deadlines? How will you know when it's been achieved? A is for achievable. Your goal should stretch your abilities and still remain possible. Consider how realistic the goal is based on constraints such as time, finance, resource, etc. Be careful setting goals out of your power, for example, getting a promotion, as it will depend on who else applies and the recruiter's decision. R is for realistic. Is it worthwhile achieving? Is the timing right? Is it applicable based on your personal commitments, and is it right for the business? And lastly, T is for time bound. Every goal needs a target date. You may need to break it down into small time frames. Reflect on what you can achieve a few weeks, a few months from now. Your PDP doesn't belong to a training session or to your line manager. It belongs to you. It's your future you're planning for, and no one else can impact that but you. Following this session, you will need to input your PDP into the Digital Academy curriculum. And in here you can set up and store your PDP, making it easy for you to track your progress in one place. Remember to consider the 70-20-10 model and also focus on short-term and long-term development. So for short-term development, this is about your personal objectives for the coming half and what you need to deliver in your current role. This is a development that will support your performance right now. And when you think longer term, this is about development for your future. It should be stretching in your current role and aspirations and help you to progress into another role or area of the business. It might be other development to keep you happy and fulfilled at EE. To finish today, I'm going to run through some top tips for creating the perfect PDP. On screen you should be able to see a list of statements, and I want you to be able to say, yes, I can do this, to every single statement on screen. So that would be, I had a valuable conversation with my manager, we discussed and agreed my development needs. I have a PDP and I'm confident it will help me to do my job more effectively. My development needs cover technical development areas, such as improving Excel skills, and also soft skills development, such as assertiveness or confidence. My development goals are clear and relevant. I will know when I've achieved them. I know what actions I need to take to achieve my development goals, and I'm clear on what support my manager will give me. And I've discussed my career goals with my manager, and we have agreed some actions that will help me to progress my career at EE. Remember, your greatest resource in this is you. Make sure you take the time to invest and commit to improving yourself. When you put the effort into developing yourself, the rewards are amazing. People can be put off personal development because the results are not always measurable. However, the greatest achievers in life know that the key to success is the ability to manage yourself in a variety of situations. That ability comes through personal development. Finally, if you need some support in writing your PDP and finding a template to do so, you'll find a PDP template available in all the Aspire curriculums for myself. So whether you're an Aspire to Senior, Assistant Manager or Store Manager, there will be one available for you. So on your My Things to Do in the Digital Academy, scroll down to Aspire PDP in Materials. By clicking on that, you'll see there's a downloadable Word version available. And it just takes a few moments to download. And there we have it. As part of your Aspire curriculum, you will be required to complete this after a conversation with your line manager and then upload it back onto the Digital Academy. Thanks for joining today. I wish you the very best in your Aspire journey.